Hi, everybody. Vacation fun doesn't have to end with summer. Fall's a great time to explore favorite cities, new ways, right? I got to pack a few more layers. Catch the leaves turning color. Travel expert and award-winning author Sarah Dadashi is joining us here this morning with her suggestions on unique activities and destinations to consider this fall. And that's the thing. You got, fall breaks. We have like 5 days off in a row here in October. And I don't know if my kids want to go leaf looking, but there's other options out there too, right?
There are, absolutely. I mean, what we're seeing kind of this fall is you've got bigger cities really being this top priority. And then also a lot of Americans are really looking to drive to destinations, especially when they can incorporate getting outdoors. So fall really is a good time to look for really good deals and packages. You can definitely head to hotel websites. I always say, being a former hotelier, book direct, always the best way for those best rates. So fall is definitely a great time for that.
Not only the best rates, but if something happens or if you want to upgrade, you want to change things, those third-party sites sometimes are a little tough to get cancellations and whatnot. So if you go right with the hotel, it does work out a lot better for you. So what are some of your favorite destinations?
Yeah, so I say look at cities that you might are always on your radar, but you might not be thinking about for fall. San Francisco, Boston, two great cities, for example. San Francisco, what I love about that, small but mighty. You can do a lot in a small amount of time. It's really outdoorsy. There's a lot of culture, a really, really good food scene. Steps away from the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, you've got the Clancy, which is an autograph collection property. And it's this really cool boutique hotel that kind of takes in the world of San Francisco while you're staying there. And the city is just mild this time of year, so really good time to visit. But Boston, on the other hand, another good city where you can really embrace the season. You can just stay centrally in the middle of town. You've got the Sheraton Boston Harbor Hotel, or the Sheraton Boston Hotel. We've got views of Back Bay, Charles River, walking distance from Fenway Park, which is great. I know, right? And especially in the fall. And they also, there's a lot of really cool tours this year. Like you've got the Ghost and Gravestones tour as well. So always a great place to visit.
Well, and you're so close too. You do a little, if you go for 2 or 3 days, you do a half-day trip, drive up to Maine. You get some of the Maine towns right there, and get some of the leaves and all that jazz.
Completely. Portland, I'm probably going to be heading up there in a couple weeks myself. But
love Portland.
Again, yeah, it's also this really great time that you can also do these outdoor activities. Maybe go, as you mentioned, maybe your kids might not be into leaf peeping, but if you are, a lot of great places to do that or do a hike. Lake Placid, by the way. A lot of people think about upstate New York as like the summer destination, but it's really nice in the fall. You've got the Adirondack Mountains right there. I mean, the region's huge, beautiful views, a lot to do. Right there in the heart of Main Street, if you're kind of looking for that classic Americana feel. You've got the Grand Adirondack Hotel, Lake Placid, which is this cozy, spirited hotel. Just has that small town sort of feel, which is nice. Or another place people don't think about, Minneapolis. You've got the Minnesota Minnesota Valley National Wildlife Refuge, which is great. You can explore so many trails. You've got hiking, biking, wildlife watching. So again, a lot to do. And what many people don't realize is that's actually not too far away from the middle of the city, which is really nice as well too. It's this destination that you can get this outdoorsy feel with not being too far away from the action. You've got the
I was going to say, and we have a lot of with Delta here. We have a lot of direct flights up to Minneapolis, so that's really, really quick. Hey, last question. I know a lot of folks from the Carolinas. A lot of folks from Cincinnati who drive down the Carolinas. Charleston's beautiful in the fall. Even up in the mountains, like where the Biltmore and all that is.
Totally. You mentioned, I mean, that's such a great thing to mention because the Carolinas have been super popular, definitely in the summertime and certainly this fall. You've got Asheville as well, too. What's really interesting is seeing these maybe smaller cities that have really grown into these destinations that you can, again, have these amazing food scenes, but then you can also go and spend all this time outdoors. So there's a lot to do this fall.
It's almost you're a tourist, but you're not. The smaller towns, it's still very local and not chainy and all that stuff. So that's great. Thank you, Sarah.
Exactly.
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me.